What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel, and a very Merry Christmas Eve to everyone out there. And today we have another GOAT format deck profile, and this time it is Stein OTK. Alright guys, so we have a kind of a unique deck profile this time around. It is Cyber-Stein OTK. And now if you're like me and you played a lot of the Game Boy Advance games growing up, you think Cyber-Stein, you instantly think, oh hey, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Well, unfortunately, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon was not legal and not printed in English during this time. It didn't happen till, geez, almost like years later. But luckily, for GOAT format, we do have another big contender, which is the Master of Oz, that big old boxing koala bear. So why don't we go ahead, we'll dive on in, we'll really break down the deck and see everything that it has to offer. So of course we're starting off with our 3 Cyber-Stein. So you're going to be paying 5,000 life points. You can special summon a fusion monster from your deck in attack position. So pretty stellar right there. So Cyber-Stein is pretty much the starter of the deck. Luckily, he is a dark monster, which ties into our next card here, which is Mystic Tomatoes. We're going to be playing 3 of these as well too. You know, if you don't have Cyber-Stein right off the bat, made you some Mystic Tomato, you can set that and at least kind of put up a little bit more of a wall against your opponent to go into Cyber-Stein off of Mystic Tomato being destroyed. So it does tend to feed into each other pretty nicely, thankfully. Because yeah, there's not a whole lot of searchers for Cyber-Stein. Not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Nowadays, where if you need a card, you can pretty much just search it whenever you want off of some other card effect. But another way to get him would be Sangan as well too. Sangan for a 1500 attack or less, and Cyber-Stein when he's got like 700. Yep, 700 attack, so you'll be able to search Cyber-Stein right off of Sangan. Another good way to go right into Cyber-Stein, Cyber-Jar. So some of these cyber monsters kind of working in with each other here. So yeah, Cyber-Jar, help kind of clear out your opponent's field. Then also dig a little bit quicker for Cyber-Stein out of your deck as well. So tends to kind of tie into each other there a little bit, which is nice. Moving on to our last monster, actually, there's not a whole lot in here, but it is Morphine Jar. So, again, clear out the hand, try and get Cyber-Stein, or one of our powerful spell cards if you don't have it already in your hand. So, dig a little bit more. As I mentioned earlier, we are playing the Master of Oz, who is a beast. So, because of that, we are playing 3 of Wild Nature's release. Very good card printed in Invasion of Chaos. So you can select one Beast-type monster or Beast Warrior, and it gains attack equal to its defense till the end phase when you gotta destroy the monster in the end phase. So we are playing 3 of that. It's an OTK deck, so we are trying to go for that one punch to just completely clear them out. But we do have other spell cards in here that do alter the attack of our monster as well, which is pretty good, pretty powerful here. Which leads us into Megamorph. So Megamorph, very classic card, originally printed, I believe in, I might be wrong, I want to say Spell Ruler. It was either Spell Ruler or Pharaoh's Servant, but I want to say Spell Ruler because all the powerful spell cards came from that set. But yeah, since you are paying 5,000 life points for Cyber-Stein, your life points are already going to be lower than your opponent's typically. And the attack of your monster becomes double its original attack while your life points are higher. Or no, while your opponent's life points are higher. So, very good card, especially if you're playing Cyber-Stein, you lose 5,000 life points. You got, you know, what, 8-3 against your opponent. So that would double the attack of your Master of Oz, who I believe he is at 42. So, yeah, double that up, then even Wild Nature's release. Yeah, you're going to be adding 3,700 to that attack. So it's going to be quite the beefy koala going up against your opponent, who hopefully has their field cleared out, or, you know, maybe they got some monster up there. But I know even then, if you're playing both of those spells against them, you're going to be clearing over whatever with extra life points to spare as well, too. So moving on, we have 3 copies of Scapegoat in the deck. Very good just for like battle fodder, pretty much, in case your opponent's attacking you directly. But it actually does come into a combo to increase your life points if, say, Cyber-Stein didn't quite work out on his first run. We do have Token Thanksgiving that we're playing in here as well, too, which ties in with Scapegoat, as if the picture didn't tell you enough. But yeah, you destroy all tokens on the field, increase your life points by number of tokens destroyed times 800. So it's quite the combo right there. Quite the combo indeed, because you're getting 4 Scapegoat tokens, so you're getting, what, 3,200 life points, I want to say, if you're clearing out, you know, all 4 of them. Another one they're playing just to help clear out your opponent's back row, because you are going for an OTK. So you don't want to have any troubles of like a Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force, Sakuretsu Armor, any kind of like battle trap like that. We do run 3 Giant Trunade. So again, just help kind of clear out that back row. Make sure there's nothing going to you know, be disrupting your attack. So you want that to go through. You want to be able to win just right then and there. So then goes into Nobleman of Crossout. Again, clear out your opponent's face downs. You don't want them to be having their own Cyber Jar, having their own, like, God, Man-Eater Bud, Old Vindictive Magician, anything like that's going to clear out your monster. Yeah, we want to try and rid the possibility of that. We want to make sure our giant koala is standing all on his own. Moving in, which actually can work with Scapegoat, enemy controller. So, take your opponent's monster. Again, just help clear out the field. Not only that, but hey, you could even attack your opponent directly with their own monster. So we run 2 copies of that. Yeah, just a very good card. Very good utility. Wave Motion Cannon, we have 2 copies of this, just to back up for that burn strategy. I mean, Wave Motion Cannon, it's a heavily underrated card, I feel. But yeah, burn them for 1,000 for each turn it's been up. You sacrifice it during your main phase. And Heavy Storm, clear out their back row so your koala can get on through. Swords of Revealing Light just helps stall it out a little bit more in case you don't have a Tomato, a Sangan, or a Cyber-Stein. I mean, we do have only a few monsters in this deck, so it is possible for that to happen. Luckily, we do run the Graceful Charity and Pot of Greed as well, too. So we will be drawing through our deck pretty consistently, as well as with Morphine Jar, too. Now we have Snatch Steal. Again, just clear out your opponent's field. Attack them with their own monster if needed. So moving on to the traps, we do have a few. So we have 2 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device. So, yeah, again, just kind of like everything else, as if you can't tell there's a theme going on here. You're going to be clearing out your opponent's field, getting everything out of there so you can just attack directly, call it a day. Make the game go easy, get that easy dub, go home a champion. 1 Ring of Destruction, just solid burn. Kind of ties in with the Wave Motion Cannon as well, too. Sakuretsu Armor, in case you do brick. Like I said, it doesn't happen often, but the thing is, it can happen. It sucks when it does. Torrential Tribute, help clear out the field a little bit. Never a bad thing. And then Mirror Force, in case your opponent is foolish enough to attack you directly while you got trap cards face down, you can help clear out their field. Or if they think they're going to be tough and attack your Cyber-Stein that you have out there. Okay. You can protect them a little bit, and that's kind of the name of the game at this point, right? So moving on, here is our fusion deck. So we do have a Fiend Skull Dragon. We have a few just kind of like tossed in here for a little utility, because we do run Cyber-Stein. Something might happen where you can't exactly get straight to Master of Oz, so So that's why I play Token Thanksgiving, so we can hopefully play Cyber-Stein's effect one more time. Reaper of the Nightmare as well. Dark Balter, the Terrible. It's pretty much your generic fusion cards. Last Warrior of Another Planet, which he has seen better days. But I found this in a bin for like 50 cents, so hey, can't really beat that. This is before he got reprinted in Dual Overload, too. Ojama King. Hey, he's good. He's a very good card. He can select up to 3 of your opponent's monster card zones as long as he remains face up on the field. The zones can't be used, so yeah. You gotta get yourself out of a tight spot. Ojama King's here to help you. And then here we go. The big old boss monster of the deck. The Master of Oz himself. So he's got 4,200 attack, 3,700 defense. So when you play, Wild Nature's Release, you're going to be adding that 37 onto the 42, which is pretty good. Yep, pretty good if I do say so myself. Especially if you got Megamorph as well. Yeah, he's going to be attacking into anything and still going to be dishing out over 8,000 points of damage. So yeah, Master of Oz is quite the master, if I do say so myself. But yeah, that is the Stein OTK deck that we were able to run in GOAT format. Well, some people play other fusion monsters instead, but hey, Master of Oz, he's the highest attack that we're able to play. Megamorph doubles him to like 84, then Wild Nature add on 37, so you're going to be in the clear of attacking over anything, dishing out maximum damage to your opponent. Maybe emotional damage as well too, getting beat by a giant green koala bear. But that's all that we have for you guys today. Merry Christmas Eve. Be sure to hit up that TCG player link down below if you want any of these awesome GOAT format cards. Hit up rpkgaming.com as well too. We will see you guys tomorrow for the wonderful Christmas holiday special opening. Goodbye, good night. Be sure to leave out some milk and cookies for Santa Claus. See ya.